evening. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Jack Bennett, and in approximately 10 minutes, I will be dead. But first, I would like a highball and a cigarette. Dear boy, would you mind fetching me a highball? Just actually bring the bottle. I'm sorry, what? There's no smoking here? You must be kidding. The 20s were a lot more fun than this. Now then, I believe I was mentioning my imminent death. That woman there, my Myrtle, had one of her brainstorms, shot me with my own gun. Now, how's that for a punchline? Handsome husband shot by own wife with his own gun. Over a bridge game. That explains the headlines. Well, thank you, dear boy. The hell with your no smoking. All right, all right. Yeah, I gave her everything. Beautiful dresses, trips to Chicago, New York. I gave her this apartment and all its fine appointments. This is the country club district, after all. I got her a new LaSalle automobile. I mean, diamonds, all the Negro help a wife could ever want. And I gave her 2 babies. But she lost them both. And what did she give me in return? 2 bullets, one under here and one right about here. Now, I almost made it out the front door, almost. Well, here it is. Jack Bennett's own .32 Colt automatic, one of Sam Colt's specials. Ain't it swell? See, nobody messed with this salesman. Now, they used to say, Abraham Lincoln may have freed all men, but Sam Colt made them equal. Well, they never said anything about making a woman equal. She's the one who said we should play bridge on this night, September 29th, 1929. Myrtle always wanted to play bridge. Oh, everyone plays, Jack. Oh, and dear, the Hoffmans are coming over tonight to play a little bridge. Do try and improve your bidding. I mean, just a touch. See, I sell perfume. Gaiety, romance, sophistication, adventure. Now, our ad men in New York were geniuses. They knew a woman's vulnerabilities. Well, of course, so do I. Now, you see this? This is a diagram of our apartment from Myrtle's trial. Or did I not mention her trial? Oh, yeah, big trial. Big, all the newspapers. She hired herself an attorney who was a big man here in Kansas City, Jim Reed. Or should I say, Senator James A. Reed, silver hair, silver tongue. Now, I figured any man who could bring down Woodrow Wilson's League of Nations with a few pretty speeches ought to be able to save my Myrtle from the gallows. Of course, well, I never voted for him. Now, it says right here, Mrs. Bennett's path from game to get pistol. Now, do you see that X right there? Right there, about 3 feet from this table is where I will breathe my last breath in about 6.5 minutes. She approached me on a train. It was the club car, Illinois Central. See, that's how we met. She put out her hand and said, "Miss Myrtle Atkins, Pomerantz County, Tennessee, how do you do?" Well, I looked her over and I said, "Well, I do fine, young lady, and how do you do?" 1918 that was. I was in uniform, of course, Camp Grant, Rockford, Illinois. We had 3 dates, and I asked her to marry me. And we did in Memphis, November 11th, 1918. Anybody? Armistice Day? Yes. Automobile horns blared, strangers kissing. That night, me and Myrtle did a whole lot more than kiss. Now then, the author of this book wrote it just how it happened. Jack opened the bidding. 1 spade. Charles Hoffman bid 2 diamonds, and Myrtle 4 spades. Mamie passed, I passed, Charles doubled, going for penalty points. So I played the hand. I did not make the contract. And Myrtle laid into me, "You're a bum bridge player, Jack." I replied, "Well, maybe I'm not the only one." She kept at me. I mean, you know how women are. I said, "Well, you had no reason to go 4 spades. We had the cards, Jack. Enough!" Jack leaned across the table, grabbed Myrtle's wrist, twisting it. He slapped her face hard several times. A moment of stunned silence passed. Jack loomed over Myrtle, still seated in her chair. All eyes at the table were on him. Jack realized what he had done. He looked at Charles. He looked at Mamie. And then at the sobbing Myrtle. Now, Myrtle moved to the Davenport, holding a hand to her cheek, and said, "No man will strike me." Now, the Hoffmans comforted her. I said, "I'm leaving." Myrtle said, "Then go." And I did. I walked over here to the closet and started packing my grip. I said, "I'll spend the night in a motel in St. Joe." Myrtle said, "Only a cur would strike a woman in front of her guests." Now, Charles Hoffman came to the closet, put his arm around me, around my shoulder, and said real quiet, "Well, you should apologize to her, Jack. Don't let the night end this way." I told him, "Myrtle has these brainstorms. Let her alone." He said, "But Jack, maybe you'd better go back upstairs to your apartment, Charles." I kept packing my grip. And that's when I told Myrtle, "Go get my gun." It was in her mother's bedroom down the hall. I used it for protection on the road. And she obeyed, as a wife should. I heard when Wild Bill Hickok got shot in a Deadwood, South Dakota saloon in 1886. He was holding 2 pair, aces and eights. The dead man's hand, they called it. See, I can't remember the cards I was holding. But somehow Mr. E. Lee Culbertson figured it out. He was that famous bridge expert in New York, a Russian. He wrote bridge books. The fatal hand, he called it. Well, how the hell did Culbertson know it was a lie? He made up the hand. I mean, do you think that Myrtle and the Hoffmans remembered their cards with my